Hey, it is Troy, and I just wanted to talk to some of my prospective home sellers out there. You may have seen my post yesterday about how we had 76 people come through our open house in Fox Run, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about the current state of the housing market so that you can recognize there might be some promising opportunities out there if selling your home is something that makes sense right now. So while the frenzied pace of the last couple years has subsided, it doesn't mean that things have come to a halt. On the contrary, buyer traffic remains robust in Farragut and in all of Knoxville, providing a positive outlook for those that might be considering selling their home. Now, to gauge buyer activity, what we typically rely on is the ShowingTime Showing Index, which is a measure of how many buyers are actively touring homes. So by analyzing buyer activity trends over time, we can put today's market in proper perspective. Let's take a look. Historically, real estate has shown seasonality, with buyer activity peaking in the first half of each year during the spring home buying season, then tapering off as the year comes to a close, which is depicted in this graph by the gray area. However, the market experienced significant disruptions in March of 2020 when the pandemic hit. And that's represented by the first blue portion of the graph. Now, subsequently, we entered what could be referred to as the unicorn years of housing. That's the pink section. During this period, record low mortgage rates and soaring buyer demand resulted in a deviation from the normal seasonal patterns, but the underlying seasonality still persisted, but at elevated levels. Now, let's examine the current situation in 2023. So while traffic has decreased from the previous month and the peak levels seen during the unicorn years, it's crucial to note that this is not a sharp drop in demand. Rather, it's a gradual return to more traditional seasonal patterns. As the Showing Time report highlights, the 10% decline in showing traffic in May followed a typical seasonal pattern, and it just indicates a steady recovery from the pandemic-related disruptions. So to illustrate this further, we can zoom in on the graph, focusing solely on the May data from the last 5 years. This more detailed view emphasizes the continued strength of buyer demand, surpassing activity levels in May of 2022 when there were concerns over higher mortgage rates happening, and even over the last normal years. So what does all of this mean for you as a prospective home seller? Well, it implies that buyers are actively searching for homes in the current market, especially here in Farragut and in a lot of other parts of Knoxville as well. So buyer activity remains robust, and it could even be more potent if not for the limited supply of homes available for sale. We're still dealing with historically low inventory levels, which is definitely affecting what can happen in the market as far as home sales. We've seen home sales drop because of a couple different things: low levels of inventory, high interest rates. The combination of those two have affected home sales. But if we had more inventory, we would most definitely see more home sales, because there is obviously demand. Judging from 76 people coming through our open house yesterday, there are definitely people out there looking for homes in Farragut and the rest of Knoxville. So in conclusion, it's vital to not overlook how active the market still is. If you're contemplating selling a house, now can be an opportune time to act. By putting your property on the market, you can capture the attention of a lot of buyers out there that are looking and having trouble finding the home that they need. So again, this is if this is a right time for you to sell. Sometimes it might be better to sit, especially because lots of people are locked into low mortgage rates. But if selling your home makes sense, if you need to make a move, either a downsize or you need to make a move for a job or some other situations, we know all the situations could come up that you need to sell your house. Now is a great time to sell. So I hope this has been educational. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I will talk to you soon.